You're listening to Mr. Save-A-Home, Becoming an Agenteur.
Good afternoon, good agents. I am Navid Moosa, and I am the host of Mr. Save-A-Home, aka Becoming an Agenteur. I hope everyone is doing well out there. And yes, I am home once again because I'm told to stay home. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with taking direction from the powers that be out there for us every so often. It is for our safety. So again, we are in PA. We are at a stay-at-home state, and we are going to follow those rules until they say, get your ass out there and get to working again. So let's go into time management and time blocking. You know me, I just like to get down to business ASAP. With everything taking place with COVID-19, aka coronavirus, what the team over here at the Moosa team, what we're doing at the Save-A-Home team rather, what we're doing is trying to find new ways of just increasing our productivity in today's world and what may be the foreseeable world going forward. So time management or time blocking kind of go hand in hand in my opinion. So one of the things I like to do with time management is block out time for myself. Yes, it sounds selfish, right? How dare you do something for yourself? You're not here for you, you're here for everybody else. But you can't give the best version of you unless you give the best version to yourself, right? So the first thing I like to do personally is meditate. Now I know, I get it, how that sounds. You sit there with your legs crossed and your hands in this, like you're pinching the air and you're humming. No, that's not what I do. Nothing against that. If it works, it works. I can give two craps what you do as long as you do it. So keep that in mind first and foremost. So having to take time for yourself, not to reflect on your work, not to reflect what you did and what you didn't do, just to reflect on the quietness around you, just to reflect in a room, somewhere that you call your sanctuary. That could be in the front seat of your car. That could be in your bedroom, your spare bedroom, in the basement, in the bathroom. I don't care where. Get to a spot when you wake up in the morning where you can go to a location and you can just listen to absolutely nothing. It is very hard to do for some of us. And I am one of those some of us. When you sit there and your mind is always on 100 miles per hour or more, when you get the chance to sit down, it becomes hard. But when you're going to time blocking, you want to commit to time management and time blocking, you need to accept certain things. One of them is you may not have the perfect time block management system from day one. That's okay. Like they say, Rome wasn't created in a day. Well, neither was your meditation schedule. Neither was your time or day schedule. It's not going to be created one day. It needs to evolve. It should evolve. But you want some kind of certainty in there. You want something that says, hey, all right, right now what I'm going to do is do me. I'm going to take the time for myself and just sit here, shut my mouth, shut my eyes, and if I can, shut my brain off just to breathe. And again, don't expect perfection the minute you sit down on the very first day. Understand it's going to take some time for you to start doing this, but you need to start writing it down. So when I time block personally, when I first started time blocking, I got a good old fashioned pen and paper out. And I wrote down 8 o'clock this, 9 o'clock this, 10 o'clock this. And I did that and I wrote in there, 8 o'clock, wake up. 9 o'clock, eat breakfast. 10 o'clock, make phone calls. And as I'm doing that, I would literally do it from starting at 8 was my first journal entry, if you will. And I will go to 5 o'clock. So my work day was 8 to 5, but that included me waking up at 8 o'clock. All right, so just bear with me because I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit didn't last that long because I realized I was up before 8 physically, but mentally I was not up before 8. So, and we'll talk about that later on here, but just bear with me. So what we're going to do is I would like to request for you to do is get a piece of pen and paper out and we're gonna time block right now on this podcast as you're listening to it. And the beauty of it is because you can download it and save it to your phone, you can replay it whenever you want or whenever you get lost in the shuffle of the day, shuffle of our life, and get back to this. So I'm going to count to 5. And in that 5-second count time, I want you to grab something to write with and something to write on. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so maybe like 6, but anyways, I wanted you to get the time. So hopefully you got something to write with and something to write on. Here we go. Write down the time you wake up. I'm going to throw out some times there just as an example. So you just wrote on your paper 6 a.m. Now beside that, you're going to write on there the word reflect or meditate. The next thing you're going to write down is 30 minutes increase of that time. So we wrote 6 a.m. We're not going to write 6:30 a.m. 6:30 is going to be stretching. Now, what does that mean? Stretching means taking your arms, putting them, stretching them out. Your left is to your left, your right is to your right, and you're stretching your chest and opening up as wide as you can. You're just stretching. And I want you to do that. Count to 5. Count to 5, put your hands down, put your hands back up and do it again. Count to 5. I just want you to stretch and open up your chest. That's all I want you to do. Okay? Do that twice. And then you're going to take your hands and go back, your head rather, and take your neck and go back and forward, back and forward. You're going to do that from 6:30 to 6:40. For 10 minutes, I want you just to stretch. Take a deep breath and stuff like that. Now, my next entry, my recommendation is 7 o'clock. Now from 6:30 to 6:40, you stretched. You have a 20-minute gap there. That 20-minute gap is going to do whatever you want to go do. You want to check something. You want to just go sit down. You want to scratch your ass. I don't care. You get 20 minutes for yourself outside of this list here. All right, so 7 o'clock is the next entry. 7 o'clock, I want you to write down something that helps you get the day started. That could be breakfast, right? That could be maybe checking on your emails. That could be something for you just to kind of get the engine running, right? Your body's like a fine-tuned motor. Your body is a really good recipe. Your body is something that takes time to warm up, right? So I'm gonna sidestep here real quick. Your body, to me, is like a really good hot dish. You have to preheat the oven first, right? You gotta set it to 350 at first, set it to that temperature, and then when it gets there and it beeps, then you put the ingredients in that you spent all day getting together, right? Well, that's what we're doing here. We are preheating yourself so when you hit that door and when you hit at 9 o'clock or whatever, 8 o'clock, and you're just hammering it and hammering and hammering on the day, you're ready to go. You are on fire and you're ready to go, okay? So we got 6 o'clock, we got 6:30, we got 7 o'clock, and now we have 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, what we're gonna do is we're going to take a shower. We're going to get dressed. We're going to brush our teeth. We're going to practice good hygiene. We're going to wash your hands and say happy birthday twice, or whatever it is they want you to do. Now, 9 o'clock is here. I don't care if it takes you 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 40 minutes or 10 minutes to get ready. From 8 to 9 is your time to get ready. If you get done earlier than that, sit there and breathe again. Check your email. Relax. Do something non-work related. Just do something to get your body relaxed. Now it's 9 o'clock and you're ready to go. And you're ready to work. Now, please keep in mind, like I said before, I'm giving you times just to give you an example. I'm not telling you at 9 do this, at 8 do this, at 7. I'm just saying you want to allocate some time, a good 2-3 hours in the morning for yourself on average is what I'm finding. It sounds like a lot, 3 hours, oh my God. But we never think 3 hours to ourselves is acceptable. We never think 3 hours to ourselves is something that we can do, but we can do it. There's just certain sacrifices we have to give, and that just may be waking up a little bit early. But that'll be a different podcast at a different time. So 9 o'clock is here. We're now doing our work. And 9 to 11:30, you are strictly pounding the either physical pavement, or in today's virtual age or in today's society of COVID-19, we're pounding the virtual pavement. We are making phone calls. We're prospecting online. We're doing our follow-ups. That's 9 to 11:30. At 11:30, you're going to start to wind down because you have a 12 o'clock lunch date with yourself. You're going to book yourself in for lunch. 12 o'clock appointment, you can't miss it. So at 11:30, you're wrapping up your last phone call. You're sending out your last email. You're shifting up your table. Make sure your pen's put away so it's nice and clean work area. So when you get back from lunch, you come to a nice clean area. And we'll talk about that, why that's important. So 11:30 is here. You're out to you send your last email off to your client saying the contract's approved, because you are going to write a contract today, by the way, and it's going to get approved. And that contract's been sent off and approved. And 11:30 is here, and you're now going to get your lunch ready because you have a 12 o'clock appointment with yourself. Feed it something good. I'm not telling you have to shove a whole big salad in your face. I personally like salads. I have nothing against them. I like them. However, they're not for everybody. So eat something that you know is good. You know what's good for you. You know eating a fried chicken sandwich with double fried french fries and an extra large soft drink is not good for you. It tastes good, don't get me wrong. Some bitch tastes great, but it's not good for you. It's not good for your mind. So please do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Do yourself and do your mind and do your body and do your heart a favor by just having something that you know is good for you. I ain't a doctor. I don't play one on TV, but you know your body, right? So go ahead and do something good to your body right now, food-wise, that is. You little freaky deeks out there. All right, so that's that. 12 to 1, you are going to have your lunch. 1 o'clock is here. Hopefully you don't have the itis, and you come back to your desk. Now, remember I said 11:30, you send that final email off with your contracts approved. And remember I said you're gonna take that little bit of time to put your pen back and clear up? It's because when you come back from lunch, when you come back from vacation, you come back from anywhere, don't you wanna come home to a clean area? Don't you wanna go to work to a clean workspace, right? Well, there you go. You have now gone out to lunch, you had a good lunch, you had some time to just relax your brain, and you come back to a nice, clean work space. And it just feels good. It's almost like a fresh start to the day. And guess what? It's 1 o'clock. You only got 4 more hours to go, or less, depending on your time, whatever your schedule is. 1 o'clock is here. Now, you have sent off the morning emails. You have had lunch, and you need to start the second half of your day. What do you do with that? Well, tell me. What do you do with that? That 1 to 5 or 1 to 4 or 1 to 3, whatever those couple hours are, you want to plan out stuff that makes you productive. Personally, the first half of the day is almost a continuation of the previous day. The second half of the day is a continuation of that morning. So at 1 o'clock when I get back to my desk, or 1:15, because I had to walk from the kitchen to the bedroom and stop in between to put the kids' toys away, is that I now turned around and I'm going to review what I sent out, review the emails, review the contracts, review everything, and say, okay, my morning tasks are accomplished. I now need to set up my new goals or my new tasks for the day. Follow-ups is probably going to be occupying a good portion of your day. If you're a realtor, the biggest thing is going to be your follow-ups and prospecting. If you're an investor, remember, this is the Agenteur channel. So you're going to be an investor, a realtor, and an entrepreneur all at one time, or individually, and you can time block however you see fit, as long as it's fitting you. So from 1 to 1:30 or 1 to 2, I'm going to use my time to review my morning. If I'm done in a half hour, at 1:30, I'm going to look on new business. I'm going to get online. I'm going to see if there are any new properties out there that hit the market that may interest me for myself or prospective buyers. I'm then going to do that for about anywhere from a half hour to an hour. So let's just say, for our argument's sake, 1 to 2 is reviewing the morning. That means from 2 to 3, I am looking at perspectives of properties out there, whether it be through my mailing campaign that we do here ourselves in-house, or whether it be looking on the MLS or just calling other people up for sources. That's 2 to 3. And then from 3 to 4, I'm winding down. My day stops at 4 o'clock. So 3 to 4, I'm basically just going to see how my prospecting went for that 1 hour and review those new information, the new data that I got. And come 4 o'clock, I'm done. 4 o'clock, I'm actually finished. Everything's a wrap. We're good to go. And now I'm winding down and I put my dad hat on, and I got to get dinner ready and make sure everything else is good to go. Because remember, we are time blocking, right? In today's age, with us having to work from home, you still want to make sure you're time blocking and still make family time. It's very easy to have everything flow into each other. It's very, very simple to have things flow into each other. And next thing you know, what you wanted to spend 10 minutes on, you're spending an hour on. By time blocking and managing your time in this particular fashion, you are able to control yourself and not let yourself get away from yourself. All right. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this one up today. This was a little bit longer than normal, but time blocking is a very, very, very crucial part to the business of what we do here, whether it be real estate or anything. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Remember, never chase the money, always chase the deal, do right by your client. Everything else will fall in place. Peace.